Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hermitcraft, the server where amazing things happen. Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for the bananas in chat. Means that we're live here on the twitch.tv/Xisuma. If you're watching on the second channel, you are slightly confused right now. You're thinking, this is not live. You knew that already. You knew that already. What are we doing today? I haven't been on today. I've literally just oh, time to stream. My morning's just been like that. Here I am now. Hop to the computer. Time to stream. We're gonna go. Yeah. We're gonna go into the brewer, and then we're gonna go to the commercial. Right? We've got work to do in both these places. I think since the last time I streamed, I haven't done very much here. I've been doing some resource gathering and prepping for other projects. It might be that I left some of the materials we were using over there. If not, these two things will do. Is my sound off? No. God, I'm so unprepared. That's clearly... Oh, that one as well. Yeesh. Might need some of that stuff. I don't know where we're going to go today. We're going to put in a lot of slabs, some scaffolding, yes. Gonna need some scaffolding. Thinking it through in my noggin. Thinking ahead. Planning. Almost lost a shulker box. Could have walked away from this area. It could have despawned and all the precious things inside of it. That, my friends, would have been a total derp. Mega zoom! I love it. Mega zoom. Oh, do you know what mega zoom needs? Just got to adjust the voice. Mega zoom! Okay, that was totally dorky and weird, and we'll never do it again. Yeah, okay. I think I got enough to get started here, so we'll jump into it. We've got Demon King 98 here for 9 months, and first order of business when I land and touch down is to drink a hot mocha choca. I am having a week, okay? I've decided to myself, I am having a week of filling my belly, okay? Right, you know me, my calorie counting and all that. I am eating every calorie that my app subscribes to me. If that sounds weird, that does sound weird. But, yeah, some big eating, some big meals yesterday. Big meals today, big breakfast. Treating myself a little bit here and there, you know. I just feel like I need it. Actually, it's kind of related to something I was going to mention this stream. Anyway, I was going to tweet this thing out last night. And then I was like, actually, do you know what? I don't really want to, cause a whole Twitter thread, right? I just wanted to say this. And then it to disappear into the ether. But I think sometimes there is something good about air quotes comfort eating. So obviously take that with a pinch of salt, a caveat if you like. Comfort eating can be very bad, of course. But dang man, I've had a couple of stressful days, got some stuff going on IRL, and I've just been taking a bit more time to myself. Just I've been watching The Office. Love that show so much. Just been getting to some of the really good episodes. The Michael Scott Paper Company part, and just actually taking a bit of time just to chill out and watch it, and try and just relax and not worry and stuff. And man, I made myself a massive bowl of, humongous bowl, fruit-sized bowl of noodles and chicken with some green beans and peanut and honey sauce, and whew, did I whiff all that down. Filled my belly up, felt great after, and dang, sometimes I think you just need to treat yourself, you know? So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That sounds delicious, to be honest, says Nyxi. It is, it really is. It's one of my favourite dishes. Right, we got noises in the air, and what did I say when we touched down? I got to drink a hot mocha chocolate. See, I'm treating myself. We got Chapter Corey here for 6 months. Glad to have you with us, my dude. Turian is here for 48 months. Woo! It's a long time, 4 years. Yeah, cheers to that indeed. That is good. Eating pizza today, I think, says Brain Boy. Yeah, I got to say something about pizza. Okay, homemade pizza is the best. Make your own homemade pizza. It's better than at any takeaway. Matt96TO, here with a donation. Thank you, Matt. Hello, X. Someone told me that you have a hidden base in one of your towers. Yes, I do. And I found the hidden base and I built... Hang on. I found the hidden base and I built another hidden base inside of it. Check that out. Okay, that was some weird in-your-face zoom right there. Thank you for the donation, dude. We got Summon Shizen here for 7 months, saying only 5 more months to a year. Indeed. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Oh man, it's so good. So good. Rainboy says, I'm so sorry, X. I'm eating takeout pizza. No need to apologise. I have takeaway pizza from time to time. I've just... In fact, actually, I think I might try and convince myself not to have it so much anymore, because I always know it's high in calories, greasy. When you have a homemade one, it's a little bit more healthy, air quotes, right? But oh, it tastes so much better. Like I can't think of a takeaway that's ever been better than homemade pizza. And which one's the better option, right? So, you know, why the other option? I don't know. I ain't got a reason. Anyway, we've gone straight into food talk today. This needs to be put somewhere else, I guess. Straight into that food talk, X. Is that how it is? This won't be a big foodie stream, or maybe it will, because I've had another ginormous meal and breakfast today again. It feels so good. Thing is, though, I notice is that you, like, I do this for a while. Like, I have these weeks where it's like, okay, no calorie cutting or whatever, and then you kind of get used to it. And then you calorie cut, then you get used to that, and it's just weird how, like, I can never just every day feel satisfied eating. I'm always hungry. But if I change it back and forth a bit, like, you kind of go in and out of that. If I just stay doing the same thing over and over again, I will just feel hungry so much. Anyway, thanks for letting me waffle, because geez, I need to waffle about food. It's one of my requirements. We got Jackin live here with the Prime. Faki is here for 3 months, and Snowna is here for 2 months. The build looks better every time I see it. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. You know how you're always your own worst critic? Like, I look at this build and I think there's, like, flaws and things that could be better all over the place. But I said it earlier. I said it many times. I say it a lot, actually. Like, when you do mega projects, you kind of have to, at least for me, to get them actually done, you have to kind of compromise in some areas, right? So one place we did not compromise is the redstone, but the building around it, I mean, I could have spent many more hours and progressed it even further, but there became a point where it was like, well, I gotta build something, right? Like, I can't just dwell on one project forever. And here we are now, working on the interiors. Any hoozles, we need to get some lights in here. And some redstone. So for lights, torches, for redstone, we need lamps, comparators, and possibly torches if I remember correctly. Do we have like a project chest here as well? This is now my project chest. We're not going to put the scaffolding in straight away. Toko and Clank is here gifting subs to Audio Gary and Marinx UWU. Thank you so much for gifting those subs, dude. Appreciate your support in our community. And thanks to Just Jams for the Prime subscription. Oh, jeez, they're up to something, right? They're clearly up to something. Cordius Glove says VTuber X is gone. Sad. I'm sorry, my dude. I'm sorry. It'll return in the future. What is HBBS? It almost sounds like a bank, right? Like Hermit Central Banking something system. Hermitcraft Central. I don't know. You guys finish the rest. What are you slurping on? A hot mocha chocolate. Oh, do you know what we don't have? There's always something you forget, right? We don't have the smooth sandstone. Yeesh! I don't like leaving project chests like behind that much. Okay, that was kind of cool. That was kind of amazingly cool. On the way in, I thought I saw a magma block, but no. Actually, we need like an instant replay on that. That was like pro skills, you know, totally intentional. Hermitcraft Central Big Banking System. I keep telling y'all, Hermitcraft is one word. Why does everyone think Hermitcraft is 2 words? Have you ever seen, like, where do you go to? Hermit-craft.com or hermitcraft.com? What's the name of my episode? Hermitcraft or Hermit Spacecraft? Hermit Spacecraft. Hermits in space. Hermits in space. I love it. Where are we good is that? By the way, we're listening to some Orang today. Yeah, it just felt like it had been a while, and I wanted to put on the Anti-Future records, right? Those ones are cool. I don't think I actually need a lot of this, so that'll probably do the job. If you're a hermit and you craft something on Hermitcraft, the thing you would call would be a Hermitcraft. Right, but it doesn't have a space in it. Come on now. Come on now. I'm telling you. Go look at any Hermit's episode. Who puts Hermit Spacecraft in the title? We got a tree here for 57 months in a row saying getting close to 60. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, my dude. We've got quite a few Evil X's. You'll be one soon, I'm sure. Thank you for the continued support. We've got Rebecca here with cheers and bits saying, knew you'd be live now. In a meeting, be with you soon. That was a pun. Thank you ever so much. Appreciate it, Rebecca, as always. I had the option to stream now or later. I just felt like I had the energy to stream now. Got to do some salad prepping after this stream. Clean up the kitchen after. Do more odds and sods and jobs. I've been doing loads of like January spring cleaning jobs, and I just need like a few more days and it's kind of done. But yeah, just been doing a load of necessary stuff. Right, here we go. So this should be relatively easy each time. We go slab, we go comparator. Right, and yeah, and then there's this, so we need a bit of space. Take the button out. That's the way we did it there, and then the button goes on the side of the block. Which temporarily locks the hopper. That's not an issue though, is it? I can hear a Spidey. Spider, where did you spawn? No. No, don't be attacking me. Now you're on fire. No. Now you're dead. Oh, now you're dead. Bad life decisions. Ah, and put in that where it doesn't need to be. Oh, goodness me. Does that mean that's full? It rested on top of the hopper, but it didn't get picked up by it. Kind of odd. Also, yes, we went past this. We break that, do that. And then put that back. All good. Got a button in the way. Right, and now we just got to continue this platform. Apparently I need way more of these. Hey, this spooky music's kind of good for this area, right? I feel like it's good for this area. That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's place it from this side. We need to place it from like way back here. I think that's actually pointing... Yep, it's pointing in the right direction. That's good. And then that goes up there. Right, more slabs is next on the list. And torches. I did say I needed torches, right? I'm going to put the torches here, just to keep the area around them nice and lit. Make sure all of this is good, you know? Where are we at? 9, 8, 9, 8, 10, 9, 8. So if it doesn't go lower than 8, we're pretty good. We got Woody and Nat here for 7 months. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the lovely message. Igna778 is here for 2 months. Void Menace is here for 11. Appreciate it. We've got Adiso here for 4. And Boy Wan here with the Prime. Thank you ever so much. Hyperfusion is here for 7 months. Almost 1 year. 5 months to go. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Your boy Mad Jed says the song is lit. The song is indeed lit. There's clearly smoke. There's clearly a fire. Okay. What do we need? What do we need? Probably 2 stacks of this. Or 4 even. Let's go get these things placed. Wolf of Dragons is here with the Prime subscription. Thank you so much, Wolf. Appreciate it. Edwina says, I never know if I should watch X or watch the chat. Watch whatever interests you. You sound like you're in a good mood, Xisuma, says Eleanor Brandt. I'm always in a good mood when I'm streaming. Streaming is my therapy, okay? Itzian13, thank you for the Prime. Omni Turbo, thank you ever so much for the Prime. Hope you're enjoying the activities today. Placing slabs, exciting. Whew. To be fair though, like when you stream Minecraft, it's not very often that you come up against some sort of like super interesting thing that you're doing. And if I am, I'm probably going to end up doing that in a video, right? Like, you do the grindy stuff in the streams. When we do some modded Minecraft, that's when some more like intense stuff happens. I'll tell you what, oh man, I was supposed to do this in the week. I've just had this like unending pile of things to do as I spring clean, right? And yeah, what was it? I want to play on Monumenta. So the Monumenta team, they host COTC, which is Clash of the Creators. A name I believe Full Symmetry came up with. Or at least in brainstorming with the Hermits, we got a bunch of names, something like that. Between us, somehow we came up with that in the end. COTC isn't a Hermitcraft thing though. It's not just only Hermits, right? It's other people as well. As I am organising it, I am, you know, putting Hermits in teams who want to play with me first, and I'm also candid about that as well. Like, you know, you want to strive for fairness when you do competitions, right? But if you've got an organisational system where some people get priority or whatever, it's like, all you have to do is be transparent about stuff, right? Make it so that other people know how you run and operate what you're doing. But anyway, going off on a tangent a bit here. So it's hosted by Monumenta, and I found them because they sent out a nice email. Someone who'd watched, like, knew that I liked the old CTM maps, and they had a server and invited me to play on it. And I've been meaning to go on there, and I really want to go back on. I had fun doing the dungeons, but the rest of the MMO RPG stuff wasn't really to my liking. But supposedly I can go on there and just play the CTM dungeons. So one thing I do want to stream soon is playing on there and doing some classic CTM dungeons, which means complete the monument. So you have to collect all the wall, and the walls are behind an increasingly difficult stage of like area, which usually involves you going in and the environment can blow up and whatnot, but you have to light up the area to slowly take control of it. It comes from this old school Minecraft series called Super Hostile. Back in the days where Minecraft was sort of new and in its infancy, used to share maps on the Minecraft forums, and these maps would be ways to take the Minecraft game and add additional stuff to it and make new games out of it. Of course, today, most of y'all are very familiar with that sort of thing, right? That there can be other Minecraft maps inside of Minecraft. Back then it was, you know, it was there from the beginning, but it was kind of like this community-driven, adventurous but amateur sort of thing. And these Super Hostile maps, they were just insane. Like, it was like trying to survive in a world that was trying to kill you, and the objective was to get through all these different challenge zones and pull out a wall, bring it back to your monument and fill it up. And they were just really, really great, nostalgic gameplay things. Task Nick is asking me, what do I think about Spiffing Brits algorithm glitch video? I haven't seen it, but if you give me the gist of it, I can certainly comment on YouTube algorithms, because being on here for 10 years coming up to, I have some refined opinions on how it all works. Getting to the end of the mocker here. MK Zelda is here for 7 months. Thank you for the lovely message. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Very kind thing to say. Community post exploit. Interesting. Not heard of that. I mean... Oh, right. Clarky says, Spiff pointed out the community tab is very influential on the algorithm, especially polls. Well, you know, I want to exploit that algorithm. Let me write that down. I'll look into it. Spliffing Brits? I'll probably find it. So here's the thing with the algorithm, okay? Actually, let's read the noises in the air and then let's get into this. So Cosmo Guy's here with a donation saying, hey X, I made a Nether Escape, a mini-game data pack where you start in the Nether with nothing and you have to get back to the overworld in the quickest time possible. It does have an in-game stopwatch, so you can see how long you're taking. Dude, that sounds great. Not the sort of thing I'm massively interested in playing. I could certainly give it a try and think about it, but I tell you, you know, there will be players out there in the Minecraft community that would probably love that, and if you package it up right, that I could see that being like a really cool speedrun thing. Someone you might want to talk to on that one is Jevin, actually. Jevin's really into speedrunning, and so, hey, this could also... I'm just wondering, like, you know, COTC at the moment is kind of borrowing from previous Hermitcraft events that we've done. Like, they are definitely up to something. Like Hunt the Hermit, you can go back and look at that. And if you go really far back, you can see the origin of the concept, which was, what was it called? I can't remember what the name was. It was like Hermit's Play or something, right? We had these speedrun challenges. So it goes as far back as that, basically. Oh, interesting. I was going to say, that means that it's full, right? But it's not full, it just had an extra item in it. I wonder if that means it's missing? I have to investigate now. I'm not sure. I think when I was doing the blocks in front, it ended up with that in it. I think we're just good to leave that. Right, how far away am I from... Like, we've got so many threads going right now. Speedrunning and COTC. So then playing Twitch Rivals was just like this prompt to be like, man, I've always talked about doing events with the Hermits and whatnot, and like, let's pull the finger out. Let's try and actually do this. Because I would like to play more competitive events like Twitch Rivals. That was so much fun. And so, you know, we start work on COTC. Now, you know, we can sort of... We've got this format of, like, parallel worlds. Now, parallel world speedrunning might be a good place to take it, right? Kind of live brainstorming right here. The only problem is, if your speedrun is like, you know, on average, let's say 30 minutes, we're looking for, like, a 2-hour event. So... you know, we'd have to think about how that translates, but it is an interesting concept. I'm not massively into the speedrunning stuff, but if you take that idea to people who are, and you've got a well-made data pack, yeah, you might get some people interested, you know? I would take that idea to Jevin. He does a lot of speedrunning on Twitch, and may just be interested. But yeah, thank you again for the donation, dude. Randy Sinks here for 5 months. Dutch Dakota is here with the Prime, and the Emerald Die Classes is here with the Prime as well. Speedrun with challenges, says Cop Gaming. Exactly, yeah. Could do something like that. X, do you still stream 1 hour after Hermitcraft episode comes out? Or was that just for late 2020? XN, that was just for late 2020, my dude. Yeah, I'm no longer doing that. I don't really have a schedule right now. It will, you know, the times that I stream at will be kind of similar in ways to what you would normally expect of me, right? Ah, look at that one. Oh, wow, that's got some funkiness going on there. But we got one... Hang on a minute, what does that mean? Ah. So, for some reason... something different took place here. We need to see what's going on up above. And we got one more to do. Let's do the last one, then we'll go up above, right? Cool. I also feel like you would definitely want just a couple more slabs here. And we got torches. So, you know, while we're on the topic of Clash of the Creators, are there any other questions about it y'all want to know? We'll talk about the algorithm stuff after. We got Mio Lador here for 7 months. How do you say meow or meow? I don't know, like that? Thank you ever so much. Appreciate it. Karat Kavat is here for 10 months. What motivates me to stay healthy? We'll come back to that in a bit. Kraken Skulls 064, thank you ever so much for the subscription. You don't do much creating. Not in the event, that is true. It was amazing, says Kristen. Can small creators join the clash, as they read Elaine? You see, that's the thing. It's going to be a very, you know, I talked about this earlier. Like, you want to achieve fairness, but the reality is, the whole thing isn't set up to be sort of like anyone can play. And you know, do we have a system to accommodate that? It's going to be, you know, unfortunately bias, and it will mostly like be a case of people sort of adjacent to Hermitcraft or creators that are friends with people inside of it, you know, who know one another on a similar sort of wavelength about Minecraft. Like, those are the kind of people that are going to end up being invited, and that's kind of like the nature of the game, right? As I said, it's not fair, but it's hard to achieve fairness for what we're trying to create. So what I would say you could do is you can think about creating your own Clash of the Creators. It's like, you know, people ask to join Hermitcraft. It's like, your time would be better spent creating your own thing. Doesn't mean a Minecraft server. Doesn't mean you create your own Clash of the Creators. But like, organising your own events and doing your own thing, taking control, that's a way to go with this stuff, right? Hey, is this something you are reschedule? Don't know. What I love about Clash of the Creators is it seems more supportive than Twitch Rivals. I don't know what you mean by that. Pretty open word to use, supportive. Like, I mean, it's a little competition in its infancy at the moment. What's that about? Grey Wall. How did that get in there? Oh, this thing's all kind of funky right now, but we should be fixing it. Grey Wall. I guess maybe from building, like something just flew down here and landed in the wrong spot, right? We should see some redstone pop off in a second. Hey X, do you think Hermitcraft will come to an end, die in interest? Of course it will. Can't last forever. Nothing lasts forever, dude. Okay, there we go. So now it's brewing them again. Those are in the correct order. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Cool. So we fixed a problem. We've got some ingredients to fill up, I guess, next. Oh, I'm doing this totally wrong. Look at my health. The trick is to fly up into a block as opposed to into the side of a block. Who decides when a season needs to wrap up and how? It's just a group discussion, right? It's just a thing. You play in a world for a while and, you know, you figure your way through it as a group. You talk to each other and figure out what, you know, everyone wants to do. There's no like cast iron rule or anything like that, if that's what you're asking. We walked past Glistering Melon. I think Glistering Melon's further down here. Anyway, we had two other threads. We had the what motivates you to stay healthy question, and we had the YouTube algorithm question. So, you know, behind the scenes of YouTube, there are going to be, you know, there's going to be code that determines what algorithm type stuff happens. And if this person is suspecting that there is some imbalance with using the posting feature to your community tab, then they could be right. It could, you know, because these things are always being tweaked and changed by YouTube to create sort of a level playing field. I think is probably what they strive for, although in reality it's very difficult to actually achieve that. I mean, the concept of algorithms driving views and stuff in itself tends to be incredibly difficult to be neutral. It by design is trying to, you know, put certain content in front of people for the needs or the perceived needs of YouTube, you know, to keep you on the platform. The most common thing I expect people to say is that, like, oh, the feed is broken because here's some content that I don't like that gets loads of views, right? To take aim, no, that's not the way to say it. Like, to not take aim, but to just kind of point out, oh, that locks that hopper, doesn't it? Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer, it's all broken. Gotta fix that. Like the drama channels, people gossiping about one another. Those are channels that will probably be rather susceptible to some people being unfavourable of, right? So then when you see there's loads of views and stuff, the common thing you'll hear is, oh, you know, the algorithm is just sending all these views over, right? Well, what the algorithm is also doing is finding what people are interested in and serving it to. So if you serve interest to people, then the algorithm rewards you for it. And I think there's this like mistaken view that the algorithm is just somehow snapped its lock on a channel and made them successful as if there was no reason for it to be successful. It tends to amplify what's already going on, you know? If I put this all one block lower, it kind of works, but then it just looks goofy. This one over here would lock it as well, right? Or I could move that hopper back at each and every one of these, but then, it's just so much like moving stuff around hassle. You know, I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, if I want to pull it all out by one block, then all of a sudden I've got to rebuild the scaffoldings. That's all nicely positioned. Really don't want to do that. I could move them all back by one block, and that would solve. Okay, I think I've got the solution. So we pull them all back by one block, including this one here, and that would do it. Let's go check it all the way along. It does mean it's a little less visible. Okay. Just thinking it through. I think I'm going to do like a 2-lamp system. I'm not sure how that bit there would work. Let's go grab some more lamps. Figure this out. Anyway, I haven't seen that, you know, creator's video to comment on if I agree with it or not, but it's certainly not unusual for someone at some point to kind of figure out an exploit within the algorithm, right? That is, you know, a thing. For Karakavat's question, what motivates you to stay healthy? Well, like, it's almost, to me, it's like the answer is in the question, right? Like, why would you not want to be healthy? Being healthy makes you feel good in a few different measurements, right? So I feel that the value of that is great enough that I am quite often motivated to keep on top of it, because I know that it has something to give back by staying and being healthy, right? Okay, that will mean that nothing gets locked in here. Let's go ahead and just do that. I think I just need to clean up a couple of spots on this hotbar so that we can do this. Yeah, I like that. That'll do. Dude Commando's here for 3 months. Thank you so much, Dude Commando. We got Kraken Skulls here with a subscription. Hodo D here for 10 months. And Kraken Skulls also with cheers and bits, saying, just got my 2nd dose of COVID vaccine. Chilling and watching you. Congratulations, dude. That is awesome. Thank you ever so much for the cheers and bits. Glad to hear you got both doses. I am now rather curious to know what country and what your age is. If you don't want to share that information, that's absolutely fine. Maybe, you know, because like you don't expect people in the 80s to be watching Twitch, right? But you know, some people will. I'm guessing a health worker. That'll be my guess. In which case, we applaud you for your efforts. I said it in quite a few streams recently. Like, after all of this happens, there just needs to be like, I mean, compensation it sounds just a little like unemotional and bland, but like there needs to be like a way for us all to like show our thanks in a significant way, that, and not just, you know, I'm not one for ceremonial stuff, right? Like I'm not one for like, oh, we'll have a parade and thank the NHS. I'm like, no, give them a pay rise, like do something substantial. I've always liked the NHS and respected people that go into that line of work to help others, and they've had to deal with an absolute crisis that most of us don't see. Most of us aren't in the hospitals every day, seeing what's taking place. And so it could be a little too easy for us to just be complacent with the fact that that system is there and it does its thing, you know, like, I think we need, after this, to reevaluate lots of things about our society and the people in it, and change some things to protect one another. There's more to life than money, though. Pay raises will say we don't want to put much effort into something else. Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at. But like, you know, it's easy to say like money ain't everything, right? And it's not, but you have to also accept that money is the exchange of many things in life. So, you know, when I say a pay rise, it's like, what I'm saying is I want you to have a better standard of living or access to more things, right? And that doesn't always have to come in the form of just money and pay rises, but essentially like something of true substance to go, look, we've gone through a crisis here. These people have been on the front lines protecting us, and now we need to make that profession elevated, like as if it shouldn't, not to say it shouldn't have been elevated already, right? That's what I'm getting at, like need some proper acknowledgement. Okay, now I'm starting to think, how does this work here particularly? I want to do the same thing again. I think I might just move it over by one and not worry too much about the neatness and all that sort of stuff, right? That I'm going to have to modify this a fair bit to get the same kind of thing out of it. Okay, so like that. That shouldn't interfere with anything around here. Then we get our 2 lamps, put the torch on top, put the ingredient here, sweet. That'll do. Same dealio in this spot then, I guess. What kind of Falx profundity is this going about? What is Falx profundity, Raging Bombi? Please enlighten me. Money helps a lot, but you need love and support are the key, says TBNR. Yeah, for sure. Totally. Totally. I don't know how you, like, ingratiate that. I guess society is very money-oriented, right? So it's easy to kind of jump at money as, like, a solution. The person you were asking about the vaccine got muted. Oh, they did? That's a bit odd. Dude Commando, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. You know, like, it is hard to, you know, read all the messages in chat. I apologise if I missed it. Pronounce faux. Fox means an artificial substitute. Okay, now I'm like even more confused. How did I get a large amount of rabbit's foot, says Snivy? Oh, well, you need to go watch my recent episodes, dude. Like 3 or 4, 5, 6 episodes back, I don't know. But let me tell you, a lot of hard work and effort, and a lot of AFK time, and not much reward. Next season, I want to drop doing the AFK stuff. I just feel like I'll end up doing sort of all the same things again, and I think I might just try and play Minecraft differently. Like, really try and find something different in the game by setting down some rules and boundaries. Like, I always have these cool ideas of like making a old school Red Eyes mob factory where you have like the mobs come up in minecarts. You don't get a lot of drops, but it's like a bit more novel to interact with the game and have fun with it. I think I might go for that in a future season of Hermitcraft. Just kind of like change the pace, try and do something different, try and find interesting things to do with the game, because, you know, it's not that the AFK stuff ain't interesting, it's just that it's kind of routine, right? Like, it's just like, here's something you can farm, here's me figuring out how to use these techniques to do it en masse. Maybe I could just save that stuff for like non-Hermitcraft videos, right? So that's something on the side. So I think what we're going to do is every other one will have a scaffold. And then maybe the ones down here we can tie in some more scaffolding, but the place to put it, I believe, is there. So it's right on the corner. Why is there composters on the hoppers, says Jorgen? To reduce lag. To reduce lag, my dude. Just wondering if I should put some more slabs back here, but I don't think I will. We'll keep it like that. You just walk out and plonk yourself down. So it is actually in line with that each and every time, which is kind of good. Right, yep, it is. Wait a minute. That one doesn't have a lamp because it's to the left. Okay. So the next one would be here. And then here. Over here. Have you played Factorio? This reminds me of that game a lot, says Per Panther. Every time someone asks me that, I'm like, dude, like, I was there from the beginning. I was playing Factorio, like, when it was a Kickstarter game. And we, you know, my community helped it get across the line. They were struggling to get funded. And I reached out to them about doing a giveaway, and we did a giveaway video on my channel. And after that went out, they got over the Kickstarter line, and the game went into production. So I played it many times over the years, and I love that game. It's cool. It's one of those games though where most games are like this. Once I figure out the ins and outs of the game to some extent, I can kind of lose interest. With Minecraft, though, it's just endless ways to play it over and over again, so it's hard to find that in another game. It's Taco Tuesday, says Astro Moon. I don't think I can even remember the last time I had a taco, right? Taco Tuesday. Burrito Wednesday. Just adding an extra day in the week. What actually is Clash of the Creators, says Thomas Ward? Well, it's a competitive Minecraft event, right? But we don't compete for prizes, it's more just friends playing and having fun. But the idea is it's about the parallel worlds. It's like everyone's got the same starting conditions for this challenge that you've been presented with. Right, and I think I'm going to skip on this one on the end, okay? That one's not going to get made. So there's our scaffolds. Now, what I could do... no, putting one directly above that probably doesn't make much sense. There you might be able to... I think what I'm going to do is like look for... Oh, it would line up here pretty well. I'm going to look for a middle spot down the bottom here each time, right? We're going to go... not too far back, probably about here. Also, I might end up redoing the floor of this, but probably not. Anyway, we need to be between... like how... well, this thing is like 4 wide. Great. I think therefore we will go for this spot here. Okay, so in line with that, over by 2 blocks, or one on that side. Oh, straight away it's going to be tricky. Let's see, we're over by... there's a gap of 1 there, and then we go over by 2 blocks, so... there, and then we go up, and then we're out of scaffolding. Brilliant. Did you enjoy your modded Minecraft, X? Do you enjoy your modded Minecraft? When I'm in the mood to play it, yeah, but have I been in the mood to play it much lately? Not really. Oh, I've just realised something rather important. These are not at the slab level here. So, not only do we need this, we need a torch. So I think I'm going to do it like that and put a torch at the back. Mino got no torches. Now I got torches. Cool, so then we go across to the next one and build it up the same. What are your views of the lockdowns? Do you think the governments around the world are doing them right? Says YYY17. I think it's really hard to say what's doing right, but I imagine in the future a different narrative will emerge once we have gotten past the current situation. We have far more data to rationalize and analyze and speculate on, right? Like it's difficult because lockdowns affect economies and economies affect people's livelihoods, yet at the same time there is the measurement that these lockdowns are going to reduce the amount of deaths and the overwhelming of our health system, which leads to unnecessary deaths as well. You know, people who need regular treatment to stay alive or have an injury, and you've got these overcrowded hospitals and they can't get treated. Like that's unnecessary death. So everything that's happening, it's all complicated and interconnected. There's many different factors to consider, and it'll take you know, probably decades to really thumb through everything after it's happened and make some you know, better judgments of what's taken place. But the real thing is like to come out of this learning lessons and to be ready for it to happen again in the future, to have better plans in place. You know, over here in the UK, our governing party was warned about something like this happening several times over, and they kind of didn't heed the warnings, which seems bad now that this has happened. But like this was always a thing that could have happened. I remember watching documentaries about how like a lot of smart people who study this stuff and virology are saying this is a big threat, this could really quite possibly happen. And I was, you know, watching and learning about their theories, and it all seemed very reasonable or plausible, but you'd think if you knew that, you'd run around sounding the alarm bell. And some people did. Some people ran around sounding the alarm bell on this stuff potentially happening. But yeah, it was kind of just novel. You sort of thought, yeah, but nah, that ain't gonna happen. That's what I thought, right? I'd watch these documentaries. I go, it's fascinating. I can see how, you know, they understand how this stuff works, and they figured out where it's most likely to happen, and but it won't, we'll be alright, you know, which we do with so much stuff. We have this kind of like, it'll be alright attitude, right? Unless risk is immediate, we tend to be kind of adverse to it. You know, not in just big world issues, but in like personal life stuff as well. No one thinks, you know, they're gonna go for a walk today and get hit by a car. But it'll happen to someone today, right? Like, and that doesn't mean y'all should start panicking or whatever, but that's what's so difficult, is that it is kind of hard to know how serious the risk is until it actually happens. Although you could say we do know, but we're just being ignorant to it. So I don't particularly, I'm not particularly fond of the party that governs our country, but you know, they were warned, they didn't heed those warnings, and maybe they should have. But I can't help but see the human aspect of it, of like, you know, lots of people knew, right? Some people were sounding the alarm horns, but this is what we tend to do. We tend to look the other way until it becomes a real problem. Like a problem that's happening. The scientific community had always known that while we were due a pandemic for a long time, but it would always be greeted with but this is not happening yet. Yeah, that's kind of the attitude, right? The warnings were indeed there. Destroyer Co-op is here with the Prime. Wobsonator is here for 47 months. Thank you so much, appreciate it. Are you Labour, says Cookie Robot. No, I'm not really like into one side or the other, parties and stuff like that. It's, I don't know, politics to me kind of like obscures reality, because you end up like getting shifted into a camp where you got to like hold some sort of opinion that the rest of your group does or whatever. And I just don't like to think like that. I like to think of every issue as individual, and like, what can you learn about it? We've got to do something here. We've got to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that. But where did I start counting? Let's count from the red one. So we go over and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have that from the red one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be where this is actually. And that's fine. Okay, and then where's our little block that we've used for everything else? There we go. James A. McDonald says, "Hey X, any thoughts on a proportional representing voting system?" I've seen tons of stuff about different voting systems, pointing out like different ways you can do it, where their strengths and weaknesses are. Oh, I've sort of like gone straight above this, right? And I don't really know what's best. I do understand though that, you know, no voting system is sort of truly fair. And the other thing about voting is like who gets to vote, right? We have this idea that everyone should have a vote. And what's interesting about that is that some people are more educated than others, and some votes are ignorant, and ignorant votes can be preyed on by people trying to mislead one another, or, you know, like it's all a big complicated mess. So I just don't have that much of a strong opinion on it, I guess. We need like 2 more slabs, right? And then this level's done. Are you excited for the Among Us game in Hermitcraft? Of course I am. Yeah, it's going to be a blast to play that. So, this is all about like overhauling the whole area. We've now got a sort of top to bottom way of getting around. What we do have to do now is put composters on top of a lot of stuff. Probably some more torches here and there as well. I think we'll do composting next. One thing I didn't do while I was up top, which I was supposed to do, was sort out more of these ingredients. Creepy Terrace says, honestly, voting age should be 30. See, I don't know about that, because I think you can be young and informed. And the idea that it's just age that means you should be able to vote, it's all too tricky. All too tricky. Right, so we're going to go back up top to do some blaze powder stocking up or whatever. That's an empty one right there. We need to get more empty ones as well. What did I just put down? Oh, okay, I put down the wrong one. That makes sense. Empty one we're going to put down. And up we go. Oh, by the way, we're probably close to wrapping it up here. I just noticed how long we've been streaming for. So we're going to head over to the commercial district for the second half of the stream. Ah, right, so... Ooh, I could put like an extra thing on top of here and empty a shulker box, right? I think I'm going to leave it for today. So let's put our shulker boxes full of supplies over the back here then. And just do the composters and then we'll do the off. Very good. There are a lot of strong opinions about when you should be able to vote in chat right now. That's what I will say. Lots of opinions coming in. It's often younger people that have the energy for change. They should vote. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, no, you're probably right. You tend to get more stuck in your ways as you get older. Okay. And I say tend to, you know, not everyone does, of course. Yeah, I think I actually, like, got a lot of this already. Oh, I didn't get that bit. And there might be a few bits I'm still missing. Oh, this is actually, like, not hooked up. Yeah, there's supposed to be, like, a storage system here, right? That I never got round to hooking up, so we should probably make a... Yeah, I think I'm going to spend a little bit more time here then, because I've just stumbled on something that kind of don't want to forget about again, but the end of this right here is supposed to be a storage thing that I have access to. So I might make it tall enough so that we have an extra walkway that we can get to for that bit. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, actually. does indeed sound like a good plan. I kind of... Where am I... Oh, I put the torches away, silly me. Okay, so this one's already hooked up, right? So these go all the way down the side here. And then at the top... I think the top is where the dragon's breath goes. So we need one there, and... We need one for each of these. Gonna need more hoppers. Yeah, that one needs like an extra hopper. This one needs to have... Interesting. Okay, so we've used a fair bit of redstone. This needs to be gone. And then that one's hooked up to that. Now, what about placing them down below? I think I forgot to do that over here. What worries me the most about voting isn't determining what age someone should be allowed to vote. It's more the fact that there are those who go out of their way to use ignorance, either willful or otherwise, to manipulate the general voting populace for their own personal gain. Yeah, but we wouldn't all voting be like that, you know? Like, you would always be trying to sway someone to your opinions. But I know what you mean, like... Some of it can be pretty driven by monetary interests and economic interests. Okay, in go those. So we need to make some chests. I have a lot of spruce wood because I brought some, so we can use up some of that. Might use some barrels as well, actually, to kind of compact a little bit. Yeah, and we've got that. Then we need some hoppers as well. So definitely going to use some barrels. And I only have a few hoppers, so we will need some iron. Okay, that should be more than enough iron. There go the chests. Let's make that many. No. Let's make that many. Yeah. Now we should have more than enough for our needs. And we need more black stone slabs. Slabby jabbies. Often things that are voted on won't affect the whole population, and that means that people who will not suffer either way end up creating a problem for everyone else for some stupid reason, says Crikey. I think you're sort of pointing out how flawed systems can be, right? Like, yeah, some people will vote on things that don't actually directly affect them, and yet can negatively affect other people. It's all a big messy thing, you know? Okay, so that one gets its other ingredient there, and then so does the one at the end, but it also has that second one. So over here, what we're going to do is put in the barrel. Oh, look at this. We're going right to the edge here. Hopper, barrel. Hopper, barrel. Okay, now I need to be over there. Managed to stay in. So then I think I'm going to put the hopper here. And then last of all, a chest there. Kind of want to put a redstone lamp in this setup as well. Okay, now my head's hitting something. Great. So this is basically like never going to run out of redstone. I might have to AFK at the witch farm now. Because there's already just a stupid amount in there, right? Like hermits, this could support people probably like actively using it every other day, but you know, we're probably never going to use... Wait, why am I getting redstone? I'm thinking I've got to fill it up, but not yet. Wait, torches is the thing that I need. Keep putting them away, keep needing them. See, I want to keep all of this down below kind of open, but like we're slowly closing it off with these walkways. Okay, so where are we going to put a torch? I think we're going to put a torch here and then at the back. So it's not particularly pretty looking, but I can get over here. We're going to need that item frame and redstone. That's something we're going to need. Over here we're going to build the same thing again. So barrel. hopper barrel. Hopper barrel, yep. Then the hopper point's in there. Chest. Let's get a bit more structure here now. And then, yeah. So we'll have it the same as over there. Oh, I got no more. Did I bring one comparator? That would be so typical of me. We got Night Owl here with some cheers and bits saying, I'm assuming everyone on HC does know what HCBS means due to how they talk about it. Could we have a bit of a hint as to what it means? It means Hermitcraft be bamboozling. Wait a minute. What do I see over there? A hole. Huh. Oh, I need to fix that. What material shall I put in there? There's black wool right next to it, right? Hermitcraft. Okay, Hermitcraft is 2 words, right? I was trying to explain this earlier. Okay, Hermitcraft is just 1 word, but Hermitcraft are 2 separate words. Jeez, it's like y'all are not listening or something. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you some facts, you know? Anyway, you know, Hermitcraft be bamboozling some of y'all. Some of y'all's a word, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's a word. Pretty sure some of y'all is a word. That's what I think it stands for. Okay, anyway. We got comparators. Comparators was the other thing that I needed. Now we got them. And maybe just enough hoppers and chests to make the last bit work as well. Oh yeah, then we got to do item frames and stuff. Jeez, we're gonna have our time in the commercial area cut a little short today. This was a notably necessary job. Let me word it like that. Notably necessary. Wow. Fancy schmancy founding. Okay, we need the barrel. Now, will this be at the same height is a good question. I think it is. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Yep, then we have that. Okay, now's where I need to kind of like put these things in. Okay, and did it wrong. Gonna have to do this with a jump. Yeah, like that. Cool. Okay, so that's that one. That's all of them. Right, so now we need 3 item frames, a bunch of items. And maybe we'll try and stock them up as well. Barrels do not go in there. Torches go over here. Chests go into there. Hoppers into this one. Always got to be keeping it tidy, peeps. Always got to be keeping it tidy and organised. That belongs in... Oh, I never got that extra block, right? Like, there it is. Black concrete? That's actually not it. Black wall. Yeah, we'll go with that. This belongs in here. I don't know why I took it out. Excellent. And then we put these back in some sort of order. And all of those stay there, right? That one will drop back off at base. Actually, no, I think I'm going to leave them here for now. Because I keep picking up things, I'm taking them back, and I don't even need them. So we'll do that. Do this. Let's wander in this direction. We got Veggie Lover here for 14 months saying, the human brain is amazing. It functions 24/7 from the day you are born and only stops when you're speaking to someone attractive. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Veggie Lover, for the 14 months. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Ah, now that thing that I need, like scaffolding, is all the way over there. Let's go grab some scaffolding. Hey X, what do you think of Twitch being a symptom of loneliness for viewers? Heard it from Sweet Anita on Dr. K's stream and thought you might have an opinion. My opinion would be that just because it can be a symptom of loneliness doesn't mean you're lonely if you watch Twitch, right? So I don't think it's a point that you attach to Twitch. It's like, if someone is struggling with stuff and one of the things that they do is watch Twitch, it might be for them to question if Twitch is a crux or some sort of emotional aid or something like that, right? But it's not like, here's this big problem with Twitch or anything like that. Okay. There we go, we fixed another hole. Dang, this thing's looking stellar. Looking remarkable, wonderful. Okay. Come on, fly. I really wanted to land in that like earlier, like total pro skills. We should try and pick up some grey glass before we head back. Hey X, I want to say I appreciate your content, especially crazy projects like this brewer. I've recently started my own world and it takes ages for simple things. Yep, that is Minecraft. It takes ages for simple things. So these complicated things, dang man, you got to have a lot of infrastructure in place first of all. A lot of infrastructure. What do we need? Some of that. We need some of that. Some of this and some of that. We also need an abundance of redstone and glowstone. Dude, no, we don't need gunpowder. Dragon's breath would be the other one. So, probably let's try and guesstimate a bit. We probably want like, that's going to be a barrel, 2 hoppers, barrel, 2 hoppers, barrel. I think we need probably about that much in total. At least to turn on the lamp. Could be wrong about that. Actually, isn't there a chest before the lamp? So in order to have it full up, I probably need that much. Great. I'm definitely going to go AFK at the witch farm. Now with glowstone, it's even worse. I'm not going to fill up glowstone today. I know this is going to be bad. Although, well, actually what I need is the drops, right? Didn't I have a cache of this stuff somewhere? I'm going to take that and don't know where the rest of it is. X, why do I always find you in the comment of Vox videos, says Flint Leviathan? Well, probably, if you're a viewer, it probably means you're subscribed, and therefore it's going to highlight the comments of people that you know, right? Because it's all curated. And I used to comment a lot more than I do today. I used to comment on videos that I watch, and I've been watching Vox for quite some time. I like their explainer videos. I think they do some really good journalism. I'm aware that some people will think they lean heavily in one direction, and of course they do, but like, you don't have to agree with all content that's out there. Some of it can be of good value, even if, you know, if you have a different view, you can still enjoy something that's looking at the world perhaps in a different way to that of your own. I just think they make some great content. Okay. First of all, we want to verify that we're getting the right thing. We don't want to make any goofs here. This is a no goof zone, which is like the biggest oxymoron I've ever made. My channel, the no goof zone. Yeah, sure, X. Sure, no goofs here, eh? I'll believe it when I see it. I could do the minecart thing again. I did not think of that. I'm going to do the minecart thing again. Let's get some minecart thing again hype. Heyo chat, come on now. Come on now, be hyped about that Minecraft thing. You know you want to be. Man, the commercial time is decreasing today. But this has to be done. We're on a roll. We're seeing things that need doing. We're doing them. Now is the time for me to rise to my feet. How's the rest of that song go? is going to be a pain. I'm going to be like awkwardly jumping up and down over and over again. Yeah, okay, so that goes there. Then we go... Oh, the barrel... Wait a minute, the barrel's huge. I was thinking the barrel was small for some reason. I could actually use any old item. Like, why does it have to be a minecart? I think... How did I get started on using minecarts? Like... I do not know. What is, like, the most... inexpensive... thing that I can sort of throw in here? What's in my shulker box? Probably wool. Got tons of wool. You know, it just flows like a river. Why did I use... I don't know. I don't know why I use minecarts for everything. Oh, I guess one problem is... I'm going to have to alternate items. Okay, iron bars is probably what I would have done, right? I'm going to get some iron bars up in here. Look at this inventory. It's a nightmare. It's a how am I going to get anything done? That is fortunately just enough stuff for me to make my point. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have that. Okay, now the only thing that can go in is redstone. So let's fill up this with iron bars. Then the one above then needs redstone 1, 2, 3, 4. Then redstone again, then iron bars. So that's the way we're going to get that bit done. Whew, okay. Which is why Minecraft needs a larger player inventory. Yeah, it needs a larger one. We all know this. Helgler is here with the Prime, and we got Netherington 101 here with Cheers and Bits saying COVID has been hard, and I think I can talk for most people that your videos and streams are a highlight. Thank you for the lovely message, dude. I appreciate it. There has certainly been an influx of people watching with lockdowns and changing times and people looking for stuff to do online, right? And I appreciate having all of y'all here. Let's do 2 again. Actually, I can probably do another 2 for the future lot. Then we want those minecarts, and we just want 4 of them. That's what we got. Sweet, okay. So now we're looking at this one. Then we're looking at the one above. Then this barrel. Then it'll be this thing right here. Bundles should hold more than 1 stackable, says Zoo. I just don't think bundles are the solution, right? Even if you change them, I don't think it actually addresses the problem. The simplest way to address the problem, in my opinion, is just, you know, more inventory space. But, you know, that's something that will then become a problem further down the line when you need more again, so... Bundles ain't the solution, in my opinion. I think, especially with the current crafting recipe, they're going to be kind of overlooked here and there. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to fill up that chest the whole way, so we get rid of these. This is going to be a bit painful, isn't it? One at a time, I think. One at a time. We got another noise in the itch. Gilangle, here with some cheers and bits. Thank you so much, my dude. No message of that one, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you for supporting the channel with those biddies. I don't think more inventory space is the solution. It's like adding more lanes to a busy road. The motorway in LA proved that doesn't work, says James and McDonald. The LA motorway might prove that, but this is a computer game. And the reality is, if we had more space right now, I would be holding more items. There are so many items in this game that you tend to carry more around by default. If you're carrying more around by default, then, you know, then having more space would ease the problem. I think what you're getting at is that further down the line, which I just said a moment ago, you know, you still have more items coming to the game. But think of it like this, like, if that is true, okay, well, further down the line with double the amount of items currently in the game, is that going to be better to play with this size inventory or a bigger size inventory? It's going to be a bigger one. If you keep making it bigger and bigger, that will obviously at some point start to feel perhaps not right or be awkward in its own way. But I think a bigger inventory is part of the solution. It's not the whole solution, but I think it's got something to offer. Well, that did not go where I thought it was going to go. Okay, we're back. I guess that's probably all I'm going to do for now, right? Like, we'll do glowstone another day, actually. And I just kind of realised that I need a tiny bit more glowstone, because we got to make an item frame over here. Got to make 3 of them, actually. So next time we're on the server, we might not be in the brewery for that long, but one thing we will be doing... what have I done? One thing we will be doing is finishing up this little project. And then over here we've got the Dragon's Breath, which you can actually use, even though it's not... the Dragon's Breath is the other side. Yeah, so I'm going to pinch 1 from there. So the Dragon's Breath has been used a bunch of times by the looks of it. That means a whole bunch of potions have been made. There we go. There we go. Okay, this glass I'm just going to throw away. No one will know. No one will know. As for the redstone, I think... No, put the redstone back in the base. Might need that for some future redstone project, right? That's it. Let's just put this stuff away. Okay. Oh, no! Oh. Stay there. So this is how we'll get out of the place in the future, right? Unless I decide to just rock it off. It's like this. I quite like it. I quite like it. Can you please press tab, statistics and how much playtime you have? That is not playtime, that is mob skilled, I believe. Okay. Scaffolding goes away. We're going to take a little trip to the witch farm. I just want to assess the situation over there. And I'll probably AFK after the stream to get some more drops. What do you think about memes in your comments section? Do you like them? WY, there's a great video all about that on my Xisuma Says channel. I'm sure you will enjoy it if that's what you're thinking and wondering. Dude, like, what is up with the... Dang, that's like... A lot of gas balls have been shot in here. Oh yeah, it's up there. Ah! Originally it wasn't. Every time I come through here, magma cubes tend to spawn like that. Look, see? And you tend to like fly quickly, so you end up pretty close to them. They're kind of deadly in these biomes. I think they could rebalance that a little bit. Seems a bit kind of strong. Yeah, so situation is definitely need to come here. I can pick up some glass bottles at the same time. Sticks for fuel, maybe? Although I don't really... I guess I'll bring a couple shulker boxes just to have the sticks, and you know, there's all of those potions here as well. We got a donation here from Block of Redstone saying, just want to say thank you for all the videos that entertain me and stay healthy. Thanks so much, dude. I will continue to try and stay healthy. My knee's getting a little better. I'm not going to rush into a run, but I've been walking a fair bit more. And as for my arms, I'm just thinking, I don't know. Like, when all of this pandemic stuff's over, I'm going to go see a private healthcare professional or something. Because, I don't know, they've felt like a little bit worse last couple of days. I'm thinking, man, like, I'm trying to use them as little as possible. What's going on here? I think it's like where I'm just at the desk right now. It's probably when the damage is being done. What do you think about increasing the stack size from 64 to 256? Honestly, I think it could work. The problem is that, like, we tend to take things that we're used to and decide to be normal and right, like this is the Minecraft way or whatever, and not really think about like the real purpose of the game, or like the the purer points of the experience. Now, from a survival PvP balancing sort of perspective, I can see how changing the stacking amount of items makes things different in a big way. But changing it for building doesn't really, like, you know, because you're always going to place more blocks. You bring those blocks to build with. So maybe like having 256 for building blocks could be reasonable. But not every item. I don't think food should stack that much, because even though it stacks to 64, 64 is probably like not enough to make a difference in a PvP battle. If it's stacked to like 8, then how much food you bring with you and the management of that is kind of a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I personally, I do just think something can be done here, and I think those things we tend to think are like precious or shouldn't be touched are actually probably the things we should do. I have not brought any materials with me, right? Did I leave the shulker boxes here last time? Probably not. Probably not. I feel like straight away I know we need more layers of colour down there. Oh, it looks like maybe I did. No, that's not a shulker box. Great. Great. Back and forth, back, and we go. Back and forth. Oh, jeez. Let's get in here. Alright, let's go pick out the materials we need for building. And up we go. You can tell I've done this a gazillion times, right? I think another tier of something like shulker boxes would work for a while. I think they should make shulker boxes that can be like the magnet, where it like automatically puts items you pick up inside the shulker box. I made a whole video on that. There was even a mod made around it. I think it's a great idea, but it's unlikely. Unlikely to make its way in, I imagine. That has some terracotta in and red sand. We might end up actually needing that. Now, I would have had more terracotta, so where is it? I'm probably opening it, and that's got a little bit, but that's from a different project. Okay, that might be the one we were using. But I feel, well, I was going to say, I feel like I had a lot of terracotta. I've placed a lot of terracotta, so maybe that explains some things, right? What if you had the ability to shulker boxes to make them more endgame? Well, they are endgame, right? That's one of the common points about shulker boxes, is that the average player tends to not have a lot of them. Here on Hermitcraft, you know, we're crazy. We go farming them for hours. Somewhat similar to a dank null. No, not like a dank null. More like the contents of the shulker box being a filter. So you, like, you know, the way you could use it could be super simple. It's like, oh, I've got all this cobble from mining, and just go and put one in each slot and then close it and move on. Although, that being said, like, something the average player doesn't seem to pick up on is all of the different shortcut keys for inventory management. Key combinations, the way that you click in the space. Anyway, let's go Tesco. So what are we going to put down the bottom? I'm trying to have a look at what False did over here. That one again, I guess. Like a brown, red... Brown and red. Yeah, let's just do brown and red. That'll do. So somewhere down here we'll add brown and red. This means that we need work blocks and dyes. And then that on the end. Red and brown. Red and brown, don't be a clown. Oh, it rhymes. What a genius. Okay. And then swap it for that one. Okay, cool. So, what do we have here? We've got one strip of orange, then two, and then the others. So if we go down by two, it means it would be at that level. Which I actually, I'm gonna go down one more. I'm gonna make like red and brown here. Let's do brown at the bottom. Man, this music's so like spooky. There's no other word for it. It's a spooky song. Have you thought of adding mods to Hermitcraft and add something new to the server? It's the kind of thing I always like suggest, but you know, we never go in that direction. Bear Sharkin is here. Cheers and bits, saying for extra inventory there should be, they should add cargo pants as an armor piece. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But thank you for the cheers and bits. I think like adding in extra items. Because again, now you're adding in like now you got to carry around your regular pants alongside your cargo pants. I think something more like there from the beginning or permanent should really kind of like be done. Right. Anyway, what do we say? 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Technically, this would be red, but we'll just ignore that. In fact, I think we don't really need to come back to that now. So over this end though we've got to keep building. So we need our orange, we need our regular terracotta, and then the other colours. So this is, wait, that's just a chest. I should probably tidy up that stuff. Whoever's left it there probably doesn't care much. There is no more terracotta in there. There is in here. It's all going to run out very soon. So we should go and buy some more. I think we probably need about another 4 stacks to complete all of this. There we go. X, what do you think about a 2x2 crate chest of 8 times more space than the regular container? Doesn't make any sense really, because, you know, why not just put 2 chests side by side? The issue is the amount of items that you can take at once as the game increases the amount of items. The amount of items that are also increasing are ones that you tend to need in your inventory, like ender pearls, totem of undying, your armor, maybe a chest plate, you got your bed, your arrows for your bow, several types of tools, right? There are these things that keep filling up these spaces, and with time there's more of them that you might want to keep. The next update you might want to keep the telescope in your inventory, you know? That's increasing as well. So solutions to those things. And I don't think like a chest would be the solution, because a chest is separate from the inventory. Larger inventory can help. An axolotl, yeah, an axolotl in a bucket might be something you want to keep, you know, around when you go on an adventure. Josh Stack is here with the Prime. Geeson1 is here for 11 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Double ender chest. Yeah, I think doubling the space in an ender chest would be really smart. That would make the portability of shulker boxes and items a lot better. In fact, you know, like, then maybe you might just say, hey, the bottom row of my double ender chest, that's going to be for, like, stuff that I would have in my inventory normally. Like, I maybe then would store my ender pearls and bed in the bottom row, right? I could do that now, but then less room for shulker boxes. So I think doubling the Ender chest is cool. Like, if you want to argue it's one block, but it's got double, you could say, well, it's the ender chest. It's magical. It already is magical. So, why not make it more magical? Oh, yeah, down here we would want the red and brown again, right? Let's go implement that so it's consistent across the board. Let's just, you know, and then let's decide to do something else that means we walk all the way back and forth again. I didn't think very much when I put these shulker boxes down, other than I was going to do something over here. Now I'm not. Now I'm doing everything else somewhere else. I'm going to have to dye these blocks in a minute and come back over here again anyway. The solution really just is to have more slots, says iLog. It is if they're not willing to do things like on this side add some extra slots, like have an ender pearl key, put ender pearls there. You know, if they're not willing to do stuff like that, then it's going to be like that. I also think maybe like a backpack slot might not be a bad idea. I was kind of against adding a backpack because to me it was like, well, the shulker box is sort of your backpack, right? But actually, if you did have a backpack slot, something that you craft early game, you could use it to apply some different sort of properties. Maybe some things that kind of help you with inventory management early on. I'm not sure what's best, but that's just an idea, right? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is have it so, like that, the amount of space here that we kind of cover over is a bit restricted, like to this kind of level. Yeah, that kind of makes sense to me to do it like that. And then the brown's over at this level, isn't it? Let's go down here. How about a dank in vanilla? If you mean a dank null, I think it could be done. Just has to be done in a way that doesn't feel so rigid and obvious, I guess, maybe is a way to describe it. Okay. Something like this. Oh yeah, I guess then this height here would be that. Adding extra storage inside of shulkers or bundles or chests are not a viable solution as they create a new step in the building process of doing something. Adding an easy way to access the items is only the way to do something like that. If I understood you correctly, I kind of agree. Like, you need to streamline it more in, like, how to access all of these things as opposed to just add more space. But adding more space would definitely be a part of that. This is not a lot of space to manage, you know. A whole screen of spaces, yeah, it gets a bit awkward, but that is not a lot of space to manage. It's kind of like my opinion, I guess. So I'm thinking one of the things we might want to focus on doing over here is just kind of bringing this... Actually, maybe not like that. Is getting this to be high, so it kind of like turns into a bit of a feature over here. And then we've got 1, 2, and then 3, and then it would be orange. Like that. So if we just put that there and then focus our attention on this for a minute. How do I want to do this? It's kind of hard to, you know, just like form the shape that you want. I'd say so far okay, really. Maybe pinch that one off the edge there. I did a bit of this in like season 5 now that I think about it. I remember building a whole terracotta ridge. Oh god! The smell was atrocious. Ugh. Look at that mega mushroom. Ugh. No, we like that mega mushroom. Have you ever considered a second channel, says CDB. Not only have I considered a second channel, I've made it, and a third channel, and a fourth channel. Have you ever considered searching to see if Xisuma has a second channel? Jeez, lazy. Asking me if I've considered it. You haven't even considered it yourself, have you? Caught red-handed. Exposed. Lazy commenter doesn't search before asking. Oh. Oh my days. Oh, it's scandalous. Okay. Exposed. Yes, you've been exposed. As opposed to anything else. Okay, thanks. No problem. Why do I hate mushroom and mycelium, says Wells? Why are you asking that question? Why do you not also hate it? I mean, it's disgusting, right? It's just disgusting. Jeez. Thought that was obvious. Right, I think here might be... Oh, it's the song, isn't it? I'm like, why am I hearing some absolute birds? It's the song. I think. Actually, it might... Are they Minecraft bird sounds? No, they're not a part of the song. Dolphins! Oh, it's... Okay, that makes sense. I'm looking up, not down. It's the dolphin. Well done, people. Clearly, I don't know my Minecraft sounds very well, right? Cheeky dolphin. Let's go like that. So this here is the end of the terracotta. The end of the terracotta fun. No, not there. Ugh. Oh, is someone even going to sleep in a bed? Or am I going to be left to put up with this miserable night? All alone. Okay, so this site then becomes this stuff. And that stuff. Oh, thank you, Green. Thank you. Someone was listening. Okay. Go here, go there. This is working, I think. This is working. So far, this line is also a bit kind of straight and rigid. Always good to mix it up at least a little bit. Let's bring that out there. Now I'm getting recommended chess streams because of you, says Knife Fan. Well, good. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. I was watching some chess stream the other day and then playing a little bit myself. I had no idea what was going on, but it was impressive. They were playing really fast. And I've been doing some of those chess puzzles. They're pretty good ways to learn. They get you looking around the board a bit more and thinking about like what's going to happen. But I still find myself like asking after, like, why was it about moving and focusing on that piece? But I think maybe the reasoning is that like there's kind of ways of determining what actually is probably the most powerful move or thing to focus on. So although you can look at it and be like, well, I could make a move over here, that if that's not part of the puzzle, then maybe that's just not part of the game, right? X, what are you building? Says someone in chat. I'm just placing random terracotta blocks. You know, just placing them. For the love of terracotta, I'm just building. Oh yeah, we don't want to like build it up too high and shadow Tango's Impulse. Tango's Piston. Although to be fair, it's a massive build and we're just looking at a tiny bit at the bottom. Let's do that. Yeah, that's the way to go. So I did want to make this thing kind of tall, right? I don't know how far we're going to get along with that. Now we need regular terracotta. I think the tallness is probably just in this corner here, essentially. Now we're starting to like flatten it out a bit. That can certainly work, I think. How's that?
In the hidden kingdom. She laid her hand in his.
Woo! Almost hit the logs. Yeah, that's maybe a little bit much with those last 3 blocks or this little bit. But yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. That kind of does what it needs to do, right? Let's look at it from another angle again. Yeah, that's really putting the terracotta-ness sort of on the map. I will say though, the ridge going most of the way across is not tall enough. Maybe we can change something up here. Like, there's a lot of grass just in this area, and I feel like maybe we could bring some of this out. How do I want to do this? I think what I want to do, I was going to do something different now that I look at it. Like, let's follow this contour here. So this wraps around into this space. Now the entrance to Tango doesn't really have a path here. As gardener, I can also be builder, and we could actually kind of like build up a proper staircase leading to the path. I think that would be a wise idea. But anyway, like if we go like this, and we'll work on that kind of transition a little bit later. But let's fill in some of these blocks using the contours. They are orange, yep. Contours that are already here to kind of aid us. Maybe coarse dirt. Coarse dirt will be part of the equation, no doubt. No doubt there. Right, so we need some more orange. Orange power is next. X, do you like watching movies? If so, do you have a favourite, says Freda. I have quite a few favourites. I love watching movies. The last movie that I watched was The Fugitive with Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford. Must have seen that like when I was a kid or something, but yeah, I watched that the other day. It was all right. It's one of those like really competently executed movies that has kind of aged a bit, but is also pretty good. Because it's got like I always look at IMDb to get like a feel, like the rating. If it's like a horror movie, I always like the bar is lower. Horror always just gets this like lower rating on there. But when it comes to like watching the best of the best, stuff above 8, you know, generally pretty darn good. And that one I think had a rating of 8. But I think it just kind of aged a bit, you know. Either way, I enjoyed it. Not knocking the movie, it was good. But yeah, maybe compared to like some other ones that are around today, maybe not the most thrilling. I don't know. It was good. Why should I complain? Right, so if we have a little staircase leading down here, we can actually use it as a part of a segregation here. So I guess, like, I know what we're doing next. We're doing some more structural building. Let's get some coarse dirt up in here next. Let's bring our ender chest to a more useful place. Oh, I'm flying. Dies be gone. That's not good. Oh no, it went in the inventory. It just sort of popped super quick. Coarse dirt, there it is. Coarse dirt and terracotta. What one's this? Valuables, in you go. X, Ren's stuff is there. Yes. I doubt he's going to worry about a few extra items. We'll probably just get rid of them at some point. Right, I'm going to drink a little bit of water here. It's time for a water break. Time to hydrate. You know, got to replenish those fluids. Now you get to listen to this. Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. That was some echoey water right there. What do you think about that? Next episode, turning the shopping district into a mesa biome. Well, this part, anyway. At least, right? So yeah, let's get a shovel. Let's get some... excuse me. Oh, disgusting. Burping? You got no excuse for that, X. Why are you doing this, Cheesy Fighter? Cheesy Fighter? Why are you leaving me messages, man? Jeez, why are you messaging me? What's going on? You know? I'm doing this because I want every little bit of the commercial area to look amazing. You know, I don't want there to just be clearly unfinished fields of grass. I want there to be detail, lavishing the entire area, you know? And that's what we've built. That's what we brought here. Okay, we have brought lavish detail. That's what we've done. Wait, is this... Yeah, this is coarse dirt. For a second there I worried and I was like, is that regular dirt? Anyway, this will go a long way to adding to the detail, just having the bits of coarse dirt here and there on the border. That'll actually... Ah! Unacceptable. Unacceptable. There we go. I am going to fly up there. And we are going to stand on Frankenstein's head. It looks good. It looks really good. Just above my head. Oh, it's a crafting bench. If for some reason it looked kind of like green from up here. That crafting bench just above my head. Amazing. What's my opinion on Space Engineers? Did I ever hear about it? Yeah, I've heard about it and I've considered playing it. In fact, I think I've even got it. I just... I don't know, it's just one of those games that looks a bit overwhelming. When you go and watch other people play it, it's like I have no idea what's going on. Some random noob is here for 3 months saying, not sure if you remember, but last month I said I discovered the stream when one of the students I teach algebraic geometry accidentally screen shared it. I occasionally sit on Discord and play games with them now. Still enjoying the stream. I do remember that. That is an amazing story. I always tell the peeps when they're like, I'm watching this at school. I'm like, oh, please don't. But maybe they should. Screen share with your teacher. Oh, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the support. Appreciate it. What type of build palette are we going to use over here? I'm starting to wonder. What is my opinion about Grian's base in my base? So it was Grian who built it. Oh, everyone's like, oh, there's a secret base in your base. And I'm thinking, well, who built it? You know? No one tells me. They're all like... just saying, you know, oh, there's a secret base. I'm thinking, well, go on then, spill the beans. Who built it? Anyway, I built... Don't tell Grian, but I've built a secret base in a secret base. How next level is that? Why? Why are they coming for me? I hate it. I hate it. Why can't they be gone? That's right. Burn to death. Burn to death. Clearly silent. Thank you for your Amazon Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Nippler says, nah, Keralis built it. And so does... Amastialius, actually. And actually quite a few people are saying it. Okay, so who built it? Keralis or Grian? Jeez, y'all are such trolls. None of you know who built it, I reckon. Now you say it's Mumbo. Clearly, none of y'all know who built the secret base in my base. That now has a secret base in it. Okay, no need to spam chat now, jeez. Now chat has become unreadable. By the way, we've also got Clearly Silent here with the Prime and Evil Bunny 28. Thank you for the Prime. I feel like Evil Bunny has subscribed before. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe there are multiple... Well, at least there's 28 Evil Bunnies, right? There's got to be at least 28. Well, clearly from chat, no one knows who built it, so let's move on, you know? What's my next massive project, says Cheesy Fighter? I don't have a next massive project because... my next project isn't going to be massive. It's going to be small. Or humble. I don't know. I do not know. So we wanted to connect with this path that has some redstone exposed at the moment. So I guess as a good starting point, the path would literally go along like this, as far as it needs to reach the edge Reap the edge? To reap. We're gonna reap the edge. Oh, making so much sense. Oh, my word skills are amazing. I'm a wordsmith. That's what I am. I'm a wordsmith. Don't deny it. Making up words. Okay. Ah! Randomly appearing block in front of my face. We need some andesite next. Not sure if I've got it with me or not. You're a vocal acrobatic. Yes. Oh, now I want to write rhymes. Look, Lucy. Glad you like what we're doing at the shopping district. Remember to call it the commercial. The commercial, that's the one. X, do you have special plans for episode 1000? I do indeed, my friend. I do indeed. A diddly doodly deedly. Okay, the stone with the andesite and the polished. We got some. So now for a little extension. I can't help but feel it might be beneficial for the sort of transition of the areas to put something different outside this. Like this grass here is now very isolated. Maybe we can put like soul sand and magma and it would probably tie in with this area a little bit. I think that's a great idea. We're probably not going to be able to invest too much in that idea today. But it's an idea, alright. I think what I'm going to do is yoink this out an extra blockage. Probably leave the terracotta there just for a moment while we figure out the bits and the bobs, right? But that is what we need. Bam. Ah! I'm inside something. We got Short Zelda 22 here for 2 months. Thank you so much, Short Zelda. Appreciate it. Didn't I tweet that I would do a face reveal on episode 1000? I tweeted that I would do something, but I did not word it well enough. Now people think I'm doing a face reveal, which I'll tell you now, I'm definitely not. Okay. Y'all don't want to see my ugly mug. I don't know why people keep asking. Jeez, every time I look in the mirror, it breaks. What am I supposed to do? Let's go grab this and do that. Polished andesite actually isn't used at all here. It's cobblestone, so that goes in. This comes out. 1, 2, 3. That's good enough for me. There's way more of this being used. And the rest can be stone. Looking good. Oh, we run out. Well, this can just be a big patch of andesite here. Why not? And some of it needs to be offset. That is a good point. That is a good point. That is poorly done. Offset. Oh, those can just stay stone like that then. Okay, there you go. So now we got that. Now we need like an angle for this to go up. So let's say that's stairs. Stairs again. Just keep going up at stairs angle. Oh, that appears to be perfect. Brilliant. Genius. Figured it out first time. I like it when things line up like that. I like it a lot. Okay, there you go. We got Sniper Squanza here with the Prime. Thank you so much for using the Prime subscription. Appreciate it. By the way, peeps, be sure to hit that follow button here on Twitch. Get notified of when I go live. And why not? I've got 4 channels on the YouTube. If you like hearing people talk about stuff, probably don't if you're in this live stream. You're like, I don't like that. Listening to someone talk? Get out of here, you scamp. These live streams are uploaded to my 2nd channel. And then there's the music channel. Jeez, I don't know. That was some sort of plug that just happened, okay? I tried to explain. I tried to entice you to go check it out. I probably failed. I'm thinking like something like that over here might be good. Spruce wood. Actually, yeah, I like the idea of using that because it fits well in that area. And maybe what we can do is actually bring the terracotta just across the front and have the transition on the opposite side. I think that might be the way to go here. That might just be the way to work. You see, we've also got spruce wood. Go place that spruce wood, you know. So this will be our way up and down into Tango's shop. You know, Tango, if you don't like it, feel free to rip it out. The plugs are still up. I pressed the button and it didn't... Dang it, I literally pressed it. Okay? Okay? I pressed it to put it up. I was like, don't forget to press it. Pressed it to take it off and it didn't work. My Stream Deck, I don't know if it's my Stream Deck or Stream Decks in general, but I must say the consistency of pressing a button is a little bit wonky. Most of the time it works. Sometimes it double presses and sometimes it doesn't register it. It's kind of annoying because it's sort of like the core thing of a Stream Deck is that it registers you pressing it well, and it hasn't done, you know, and that's not just like wear and tear. That's kind of like from day dot. It's always been a bit iffy. Sometimes it double presses. That's another thing it does, right? That's probably the most common of all three, is that it double presses. So like, if I launch OBS, it's quite common for OBS to appear, but then also have this other dialog box. Get rid of it, where it's like, oh, OBS is already running because it double launches it. It's not great, but you know, it gets most of the job done. I like the Stream Deck, but I feel like it's probably not really too much for me. I just kind of have like a bunch of nested activities on there that I can kind of run one thing after the other. If I really wanted to, I could probably create like a bunch of scripts and macros and whatnot on the computer, but I don't know. It's kind of convenient to do it that way, but yeah, it's more for power users who need to switch stuff a lot, I think. I'm starving to derp, says Darth Quieter. Are you saying that you need a derp? RH Golf 44, thank you for your 7 months of support. Appreciate it, dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time, hanging out. Bam. Okay, we're going to remove all of that, because this might change a lot. Actually, I kind of like the idea of seeing this all cut back. It could really enforce the fact that this terracotta bit is here. So if we're going to change this out and change the grass to something that matches this a bit more, which would really work out quite well, I think, we should bring back in the reds and then the brown below it, right? So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Red would be at the level of grass here. So then we're up by 1, then we're down again. So what did I say? Level of grass? We would actually never see the red. Okay. Had an idea, you shot down my dreams. I dreamed of red terracotta. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, peeps. It's just clearly not possible. Secret area? Looks like it. Rebecca shakes head. Sorry, what? What have I done wrong now? Why are you shaking your head at me? That's rude. That's rude. Actually, that one there. These are all going to be spruce logs, so all of this is probably like unnecessary.
Do you know what a dream?
Hello, more please. Right, yeah, that's kind of right. Okay, so then the spruce logs, like this, we'll add more details to them, but pretty good, pretty good. I'm going to add a little bit of extra regular terracotta just there, just so it's not entirely flat around Tango's build. Okay, we're probably going to have spruce here then, right? And then we need a little bit of terracotta in the middle. Those phantoms better not come for me again. Please, no phantoms. That's looking pretty slick, if you ask me. Pretty slick. Now, the next trick is to put in some of this action. Okay, thank you very much, Green. It is appreciated. We got Hunt Morph here subscribing. Thank you so much, Hunt. Let's do a bit of this, bit of that. Okay, the next one will be the same color again. Trying to make this like feel kind of random, but oh no, that's actually orange, but probably going to mess it up, right? So perhaps we go orange and then have that directly on. Orange, you're glad I didn't? No, let's not make that joke. Let's expose the orange a bit more. Exposed orange. It's not a fruit. It's a terracotta block. Oh, what a great joke. Well done, me. Thinking on the fly. No, it's terrible. I know. Okay, yeah, something like that. And then up the top here. Maybe that. Yes. Oh no, I've done it wrong. Oh, they will never forgive me. I have transgressed. Okay. That one, then this one. Okay, now that gives us a real great sense of, like, obviously the entrance has been cut into the terracotta, so it kind of sells the fact that that is a proper, legit, like, terracotta ledge, ridge, whatever you want to call it. Maybe just a couple of blocks out of that. Kind of helps a little bit. You know, maybe also, like, down here, just that. Anyway, that kind of sells it more as my idea. I think maybe these... Now that would be red, right? Ah, we get to bring red back. That is the height of red. Yeah, so that really kind of sells it, I think. And then I think having grass over this area will not be a tricky transition at all. But we will need to cut it back like a little bit. Because it's quite steep, so there's going to be a bit of transformation. But we'll do that for now, and the grass will probably grow back as people are in the area, and then we can, like, assess it again at a point in the future. What do you think, peeps? Do you think that's reasonable? Have we done all right? We're going to add more detail to the stairs, but I think it's a good start. It's a good start. Did the music stop? Oh, that is just unacceptable, isn't it? Unacceptable. Looks great, people are saying. That is good to hear. Okay. You can go the grass, the dirt, the other dirt, some stone and stuff. These things go in here. That goes in there, so does... No, that doesn't. That clearly doesn't. Gonna run out of space this way, aren't I? Not a problemo. Look at me, Mr. Organised over here. Okay. Eat some food. What is your latest derp, says Bonnie? I don't know. I don't derp so much on stream lately, I've noticed. Oh, I've jinxed it now. Oh, clearly I'm about to blow something up. It's all going to go wrong, I tell ya. Brace for impact. Stone goes down here. See, I did derp. I put the stone in the wrong spot. No, not really. Steak or golden carrots, says Freda. I think actually since I've swapped to steak again, I think it is, as Il Mango pointed out, I think something changed and it's actually probably the more durable food source now. Saturation isn't quite significant. Anyway. Rockets, over-shoulder views. Oh yeah, we've got to make a thumbnail. Oh wow, almost. Oh jeez, I almost hit everything and survived. That could have been the derp, but you know, I seem to be derp allergic lately. Or is that right the way to say it? Derp allergic. Let's go further away. Over here, turn around, zoom, and then bam, F2. Okay, that's my thumbnail. Yeah, this turned out really good, actually. I think, especially when we just add a bit more biome bordery type stuff there, that's going to sell the integration of that shop a little better. And there will pretty much be, like, endless stuff to do in this area. It's so big, we can spend a lot of time going around and filling in all the little gaps and tying all the loose ends. I'm going to enjoy doing that. When the brewer project is finished on these streams, we'll probably focus more of our efforts in the commercial area, you know. And I'm getting a phone call. Not a good time. Oh, up we go, up we go. Do I have a favourite salad? Yes, the one I'm going to make after the stream, which is just like a general salad. But like, sometimes I have salad with eggs, or salad with cheese, or I don't know, there's all sorts of things, right? I'm probably going to put some pickled cabbage and gherkins in my salad today. Just feeling a bit spicy, adventurous, you know. Okay, so there's that. I need to take shulker boxes with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9, 10, 11, 12. That should be more than enough. Make sure I've got lots of food, right? Look at that. Used up a whole chest so far. Avocado in salad. Not this week, not this week. Done that the last couple of weeks. Had quite a lot of avocado recently, so I gave it a miss this time. Maybe some olives? I used to think olives were like really calorie heavy because they're quite fatty, but these pitted olives, I like scan the label and they're kind of like not a big deal. Like you can put quite a lot in. And it makes me wonder, are those correct? But geez, you got to trust the label to some extent. It's never going to be perfectly exact, but you know, just trying to be accurate, so I count everything well. There are these dried pea snacks you can get from Lidl and Aldi that are ham hock flavoured, so they're amazing. 77 cal per pack. I thought I'd give one of them into my salads. I think I've had those before and tried that same thing, yeah. What are you talking about? There's loads of little cool like snacks and healthier options if you have a little look around, you know. I can actually leave the stuff on if I want to, so I could leave the wings on and get them repaired. Hey X, on Joe Hills' last stream, we heard the decked out heartbeat or something. Is decked out completely disabled? Oh right, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe something activated. You'd have to ask Tango, right? Okay, this needs, yep, this in the correct mode. I've got to turn it on and then use this thing, right? Excuse me. Peeps, that is the end of the stream. Before you head out of here, be sure to hit that follow button. I thank you all for tuning in today. I'll probably be doing a chess stream next, and right now we're doing a raid, so I am refreshing and seeing who is streaming. We got Pixel Refs on Chopping Tuesday. We're going to go raid good old Pixel. Where's the raid button? There it is. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Thank you to all of my Patreons. I appreciate your support over the years. May it continue long into the future, as I love doing this. Getting a bit sentimental all of a sudden. Anyway, thank you peeps. Hit the follow button, hit the raid button, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.